Hey, all you electricians out there, I'm recording a quick demo call. It might not be too quick, but looking at a new tool that I'm testing with a certain subset of individuals to provide instant estimate ranges for homeowners on a variety of different services or install jobs that you might provide. And let me just preface this with saying that I did not build this tool without honor towards the trade that and expertise that you guys demonstrate on a daily basis. I could not wire a house to save my life, but these are the gifts that God has given me, and so you're going to see probably some numbers in here they may be way off. They're just placeholder numbers, but it's just a way for you to provide that answer that everybody is asking before they ask it. So you don't have to try to do the dance of, oh, well, that's not really how we work. We got to go on site and do a survey thing, and then you get hung up on those kind of things. And so this is just another tool in your tool belt, potentially. And so I wanted to just demonstrate how this works a little bit. So I have created a certain subset of standard templates. And so I'm going to take a look at like EV charger one, for example. And so this is an estimate to provide a ballpark range for EV charger installation based on the variables that are coming. Final pricing obviously is confirmed during an on-site visit. So that is the key there. So the first question is charging speed. Do you want to have standard overnight or maximum speed? I'm okay with standard overnight. I'm just a regular commuter. Wire path and distance. Where is your main electrical panel located in relation to where you want the EV charger? I can say it's an attached garage, but my panel is in the basement. Wall material and labor. What do the walls look like where the charger will be installed? So I can either answer this question, and by the way, these little bolts here, these are placeholder images, so you can put images in there on what painted drywall actually looks like, what solid concrete brick cinder block would look like, etc. I'm going to add a photo in this place, actually, because I took a photo of where my hypothetical EV charger is going to be installed. And what it's doing here is it's going to upload it first. It's going to then analyze the photo. I've got a custom AI prompt that will read the material in the photo. And what's nice is it will actually, you can train the AI on what we call few shot in the industry, few shot examples of what you're looking for. And so in this case, we can upload different files, different images that show what an unfinished exposed wood studs looks like, what finished painted drywall looks like. And so as you can see, my photo here is of my garage, pretty messy, but it is a finished painted drywall. So it shows a complete report, says which degree of confidence it is that it is what it says it is. And if you try or a homeowner tries to upload something different that's not even related, it will actually come back and say this doesn't have anything to do with the question and try again. So it will suggest that the answer of finished painted drywall. And then what you can do is essentially, so just tap the option to confirm it. And then total panel capacity and electric appliances. So how many of the following heavy-duty electric appliances do you have? Because as we know, heavy-duty electric appliances cause a unnecessary draw on the, not unnecessary, but a necessary draw on the panel and affect the overall capacity. And so this is another one where it's a photo-based if you wanted. So we can do, I know that I have an electric oven, an electric stove, and a central AC that's electric. And yeah, so I'd say 2 to 3. But let's just upload the photo that I have of my electric panel and see how it does. That's analyzing it. And it's trained to look for the mains to understand what the level of service is at the home. It's trained to look at open slots on the panel, and as well as one of the things I'm doing is I'm adding the ability for it to read the different amperages on the breakers that are active and compare it to the main service breaker and make sure that there isn't a completely off balance or off kilter capacity. So this one says none or just one, lots of spare capacity. Panel has 100 amp main breaker, 6 clearly empty slots, good spare capacity for additional circuits. This prompt, I guess, I need to improve this one, but it essentially is it picks out the model of the panel. I thought I had a 200 amp. Maybe I've got a dual 200 amp, so that might be why or dual 100 amp, so that might be why it's picking up only one. But some improvement on that. I've got to work with some of the electricians out there to make sure that that's actually showing the right thing. So I'm going to change this to 2 to 3. All right, the main service side, what's the size of your main electrical service? I'm looking for that single large breaker at the top or bottom of the panel. Again, I'm going to add my photo. For this one, I'm going to add the one that I zoomed in on. And you can set up all of these questions yourself. You can allow multiple photos to be taken. So like, let's say you want to make sure you want to get the maybe the pathway between the garage and the panel in the basement. You can actually have guide the homeowner to take pictures on the way and show the materials of that and then upload it all in sequence. So this one, this is General Electric, 100 amp main electrical panel. Service side, main breaker is rated for 100 amps. Panel has 32 total breaker slots. Even with 10 tandem breakers installed, there are 2 empty slots available. Many of the one-pole breakers installed are using half the space instead of the full one, meaning the panel could, doesn't show, I gotta fix that, but, and then it looks at visual hazards, identifying anything that might be red flags for a service call or for the project. So it is saying either 100 amp or 125. And so I will just select that. Physical space in the panel, clearly any empty breakers. Again, we can do a picture, but I can tell you what that is yes. Age of the home, how old is your home, or when was the electrical panel last replaced? This one shouldn't really have a photo on it, but unless there's actually, you know what, I have a label on the panel. So let's try that one. Taking a look here. So this tells the homeowner exactly what to do. So the reason why we're asking this question is because we don't want to have any Federal Pacific, Zinsco, or Challenger panels. We want to make sure that they don't have to be replaced. So this is like checking to make sure that it's not just a simple plug and play EV charger. So so I like how it has the instructions and guidance for the homeowner how to take the picture. So this is from what it found. This is a modern GE PowerMark Gold 100 amp main electrical panel, several available slots. Appears to be in good condition with no immediate hazards. Now, the thing that I will say is that is true. So we had we actually had in our home some flooding in our mast. from a windstorm that blew rainwater into our mast, and we had water dripping out of our electrical panel in the basement because of it. And that was about 12 years ago. No, I guess we've only been here 7 years. It's been about 5 years since that has happened. And so yeah, it pulled the right dates for that. So confirming there. And then it gets you to kind of those final steps. So it highlights that 2 photos could tighten up the estimate, which is basically the path. So walking the path, and then we can actually click on add photo there, and they can add the photo. It goes right back to the question that was there. And then the other one was physical space in the panel. So wanting to look at empty spaces there, I didn't add a photo there because I knew what we had. But that's there, kind of nice, because if people are just guessing, it kind of shows them that we can get closer data. So then it kind of throws a teaser out here. So it's anywhere from 2,000 to 5,000 without giving your information. But if you wanted to give your information, you can. And you do that. You can put your phone number in there, put zip code. That's for like regional multipliers. So if you wanted to add a regional multiplier to your price. And then service address, we can make this not optional if we wanted to, but at the moment it's optional. And then this little disclaimer saying that it's a range, not a final quote. It's our best guess without stepping foot on your property. Complete the form above to unlock your final full itemized estimate and schedule the visit. Next page for the final quote. So submitting that in here, and then here's the estimate is unlocked. So now we've got 3,000 to 4,100. Most homeowners will pay around 35.75. This is within 15% confidence rate. Then it kind of goes into the itemized breakdown. And what's nice is it'll actually show you. So like standard overnight, if I hover over this or click on this, it'll tell me why this costs what this costs. And so you can customize this language. But like attached garage, wire can't go through the air in a straight line. We have to route it up walls, across ceiling joists, and around corners. The further the charger is away from the main breaker box, the more expensive copper wire we need to use and more labor it takes to run it. So this would be like if it's a detached garage or if it's in a separate outbuilding or something. Finished drywall. So this is your walls are, if your walls were unfinished wood studs, we can put the wire exactly where it needs to be within minutes. But if they're finished with drywall, we have to either run them inside with protective metal PVC tubing on the outside of the wall or spend hours digging through drywall. So again, that language is all customizable. It's just placeholder language for now. So borderline capacity, this brought it up. I mean, the price is there. 100 to 125, just adds a little extra fee there. Permanent inspection, that's a fixed fee at the beginning for all the service. And it goes over the different questions of how they answered, the photos that were shared, what happens next, and then ready to lock in your price. Call. This is a big call button. There's an option to save it as a PDF. The second option to this call is actually going to be to schedule a booking link, but I didn't set up a booking destination in the demo. So that's the front end on how that works. Again, we've got standby generator, templates. We've got panel upgrade, templates, outlet install, ceiling fan, service upgrade, whole home surge, smoke detector, lighting, and hot tub wiring. So those are the kind of ones that we've pre-baked. And now I'm just going to take you into behind the scenes and what it looks like to manage this system. Because like I said, it's all customizable to you. These are just templates. I want you to set your prices and not go off of what we're putting on here. And so to get to the admin section, you just would sign into your account. It defaults to the admin side. You can actually see your overall landing page from the services section. But it'll launch into the leads first and foremost. So this is, you can see the lead that I just submitted here. And that goes to my email, their email, and set up webhooks and tracking and that kind of stuff as well. Services tab, this is where your service surveys look like or live. So again, you'll have all these templates. They'll show up in your portal. You can turn them on or off. So let's say I don't want to have panel upgrade. I don't want service upgrade. I can actually go and see now panel upgrade and service upgrade are not visible and not able to be submitted. You can edit the templates. So if you click on edit in here, so you can name it whatever you want. The little blurb thing, that's what shows up on the landing page, which you actually see, like preview public page will show, like this is the little blurb there. And then just kind of tells you about the disclaimer stuff. Permit, this is the base price for permit pulling for that. Minimum job, this is if you have a minimum price for that job. And then hero image, this is the image that shows up again on the top of that thing. It also shows up on the button on the overall page. As you build out the questions, you'll start to see these test scenarios. And so these are, I did this so that you can see from a high level. Here's the cheapest scenario. So if a customer picks the lowest cost option on every question, this is the range they'll get. This is the most expensive scenario. And so just it is a sanity check to say, okay, that's probably too low, so I need to adjust some of these questions or maybe increase my base or something like that. So that's that, and you can change the options and see the live update over here and show that stuff. So it's just a preview. Here are the questions. This is where the questions live. So you'll see home size, generator capacity is the first question. So like what? So the title, and then the help text. What is the approximate square footage of your home? And there's a couple different modes for pricing. So additive is the default, but if you wanted to do a single choice, like a yes or no, or a multiplier, so like if they needed to do X amount of outlets for outlet installation, it'd be a multiplier of X. And then the price explainer, this is that little tooltip icon that comes up on the final estimate breakdown. It shows up there for the homeowner. And then here's the ask for photo option. And so if you wanted to have a homeowner validate the answer with a photo, there are you can turn on ask for photo, and then there is a guide for the types of photos that we are looking for and what like the AI is kind of scanning for. And so if we wanted to choose, let's say, install location, you can actually see this updates the photo guidance, clear photo of the spot with enough surrounding wall or ceiling to judge what's behind it. And that is actually going to be down here. So install location shows the exact spot where the new outlet fixture device will go. We look for surface type and what's around it, how to capture it, and that's the helper text that's there. So those are the different photo types or photo kinds. And once you select that, there's a photo examples. So let's say instead of that, we would do like main breaker service side. Okay. And we added photos in here. We can add photos that we've marked up. So if you take that photo that I had of my panel and had it with an arrow pointing saying this is the main service value, or if you wanted to find a picture that you have, I'm sure all of you have pictures of like what not to do with electrical work. If you've got a picture of like an ungrounded bus bar or whatever, like stuff like that, or something that like is just completely unique, and you want to keep improving the answers that this or the suggestions that this AI produces, putting these putting the photo examples is perfect. So like for generator install, in the install location, we might put in a couple of photo examples of like, this is what a flat level surface looks like. This is what sloped hilly surface looks like that needs a stand on it. Or this is an install location that cannot, like we can't do this, or it needs to have additional investment. So like if it's under a window, it needs to have certain criteria, certain things. And so you can upload photo examples of those different scenarios, and that'll help train the AI service to find those things and catch them. Allow multiple photos just allows the homeowner to upload more than one photo. Sometimes you need more than one. And then you get to the options. So when you're in the pricing mode of additive, you want to typically have more than one option, two options, that kind of stuff. We set it up, this first question by square footage of home, and put the costs low, cost high. Internal note, this is for your internal team. So like if you wanted to have certain things get communicated to the sales tech that's going out on site based on these things. Uploading a photo for that option if you wanted to, that'll show it in that little box. And then if you wanted to add another option, you can just put the label of the option and click add. Otherwise, that is the question. And then if you get to the bottom here, you can add a new question in here and hit add, and that will allow you to keep adding more things as you need. So that is how to manage a service. Again, you can create a new service, name that as you want. Any of the ones that you edit here, I don't have a duplicate option yet, but I might add that in the near future. But once you get all of that edited, you can actually see what the public page looks like. And so you can see where it is here. So start my photo. We've got that size home. What size main electrical service? Again, this one, so this question must not have been set up with a photo. So I'm going to go into here and I'm going to ask for photo. And I'm going to go to the electrical panel overview. And I'm going to allow multiple photos. Actually, no, this is the service. Size of the main electrical service. So I'm going to change that to main breaker service size. Okay, and then save question. Then I actually come in here, and there's the question actually. So just popped up right there. All right. So and then what is the estimated distance between your electrical panel and the gas meter or propane tank? So this is, I mean, it's an estimate. Subpanel capacity, so complexity. Do you have any subpanels? Nope, it's just the main one. What type of fuel will power the generator? We have city gas. Where will the generator be placed? Again, this should be a picture one, but this is going to be open space, and I don't have any HOA. So here's my top estimate, 6 to 16,000. So it's a pretty wide range for that one in particular. So that I might take a look and see where the different things are. But anyway, so that's services. Embed allows you to take this. You can put this anywhere on on your website. So you can either do the all services landing page, which is where is it? This view here. So you can put this on your website. You can do just a single estimator. So if you wanted to just put the EV charger, this would be what it looks like on your website. Iframe heights is where you can set the height of the question, or the embed. And then standard iframes, so this is where you can paste this into your website builder. There's also options for adding scripts, or you can do a button, like a custom button, or here's a direct link to that as well. There is a live preview on what things look like, so if you wanted to just make sure it's showing the right service and that it's showing properly. So, and then you just copy this and put it on your website. Team, it's not yet built out yet, but more to come. Settings, this is where you are able to put up your own logo. You can set up your own primary header and accent colors, color palette. The regional pricing, so labor multipliers, so if you have like a high cost of living area or low cost of living area, you can multiply your labor there if you want to, otherwise it's just standard. Default permit fee, so this is added on top of any services that require permits. You can set that per service as well. Booking URL, so if you had a Calendly, Google Calendar, or even House Call Pro booking, you can put that URL right in here. Landing page, so this is if you wanted to, so right now it defaults to embedded, which shows just the list of the services or a specific service that you want to show, or standalone. And so if you did standalone, you can put together, you can do a hero headline, subheading, an image, URL. I'm going to make this an upload as well. Add a couple of lines of trust, how many years in business, how many jobs completed approximately, the areas you serve, testimonials, and make that a little easier. Final call to action headline and a call to action subtext. And that will put together a full out landing page so that if you wanted to point Google ads towards it, if you wanted to point meta ads directly at it, you can do that. And it doesn't just look like it's a list of services that people are estimating. So that's a brand new feature released this morning. So love to get your feedback on that. Then conversion tracking. So if you've got meta ads running, you want to copy that pixel ID in here. That'll send those events over to you. So whenever someone fills out the form and clicks unlock my estimate, it'll send out that to a lead event to Meta. Same thing if you wanted to do for Google GA4 or Google GTM. It'll send those conversion events, generate lead events to those different systems. Tracking tests. So how do we know it's actually sending the data? We can, once we set in, so let me just set a dummy number in here. Oops. Hopefully it's not someone's legitimate one. And it is probably going to fail, or it should fail, but I want to send estimated value, a meta event name, fire test event. Looks like it fired, verified. You go into your meta ads panel, look at the event manager, and then see if it showed up as an event. Pretty simple. Same thing you do for GA4 or GTM. The tutorial page, so this is kind of the support, I guess, the how-to. There's some quick reference guides on how do you share your page, how do you manage your services, how do you track your leads, that kind of stuff. It has the photo types, customer photo types in it as well. And so that's the tutorial. And lastly, for those of you who do not like dark mode, I did make light mode as well. So if you want to be in the light, feel free to do that. I prefer darker colors, mainly because I'm on the screen most of every day. So that is the TrueLight Estimator demo, long form. I'm actively looking for beta testers, people who are looking to jump into something new, try something out, and see how it does for you. Also looking for greater context from you guys on pricing, on evaluation of services from photos, or getting answers from photos, improving the photo guidance, any of that kind of stuff. I'd love to hear feedback from you guys on that. So otherwise, check us out, truelight.clericapps.com, and sign up for your early access beta.